Why, welcome. This is mzjanis, your natural hair care practitioner tutor. I am your tutor for today. I came on earlier and I told you we're going to go over styles. So, how are you? Well, let me take these off. I have lights on today, so I want to make sure that everything is right for you. Let me see. I do know that you can hear. I do know that. I'm going to put welcome on here. I didn't even spell it right. I'm excited. I'm so excited about what we're going to learn today. Welcome to you. Styles and technique. Are you ready? Do you have your pencil? I'll wait a minute. Get your pencils, your pad, your notebook. Here's mine. But well, for some reason, I still keep putting everything on this piece of paper right here. This is it. Let me make sure that you're nice and clean. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. There you go. We still got about 2 minutes before we get started. Let me see if I turn it. Can you see the fish tank? Uh-oh, here he comes. I see him. Come on. Here he comes. He's gonna be right here. See him? Slowly coming. There he is. I was gonna name him Stash, because he has a mustache, a goatee really on his bottom lip is black. And I don't know if it's a he or she. I just called it a him. Okay, I got okay. One of the things that I need for you to know as a natural hair care practitioner, a licensed natural hair care practitioner, is you want to practice doing techniques, styles before you get licensed. And like, the reason I'm saying it because today I was thinking, maybe I could go get my license because you don't have to do anything. You just have to learn the manual and take the test. And I already let you know that that's not how it's going to work. But I'm just saying that you don't really have to right now. You don't really have to do practicals, meaning you don't have to do hands-on. It's sort of like when I was going to school to get my certificate. Excuse me. When I was going to school to become a certified nurse's assistant, I was a nurse's assistant at first, but then as you find out that what you're doing, you're going to have to take a practical. So the first uh, hour or so of the class, I think about 70 people might have come that day. 70 people, and then we took a break and I think maybe 45 people came back. This is the first day of class. And then we learned a little more and we started doing a little hands on. And then by the time the end of the week came rolling around, it was maybe 20 people. Maybe. It kept dropping out, kept dropping out. I believe by the time we got done with that class, it was maybe 15 people. And then we got to take our practical. So it's like we were practicing what we want to do, but before we got all the way into it, going on to the next month, going to the hospital or to a nursing home or to wherever we were supposed to go to do our hands on to get those hours in, it wasn't that many people. It was not that many people. And it wasn't like, you didn't know. It's like what I'm doing right now. I'm teaching you the basics, or I'm tutoring regarding the basics of what it is to be a licensed natural hair care practitioner. One of the words I like is practitioner. Practitioner. That means that you're literally going to be doing this. And before you get to the point to where you're literally doing it, you have a decision to make. You don't want to spend hours trying to do, not trying. You don't want to spend hours doing what you're supposed to do, and then all of a sudden go, I do not want to be 10 years down the road doing being a natural hair care practitioner. The nice part about this is that we're on the ground floor. We're at the baby stage of natural hair care practitioner. The baby stage. It's not even 5 years old. It hasn't even been separated more than 5 years yet. So that means that we have an opportunity to do what it takes to make this better and to make this a fulfilling lifestyle for someone besides ourselves. And that's how we're starting out. We're starting out doing this or learning this so that we can teach others to know that they aren't free, that they can be, I mean, they aren't bound. They can be set free to have a position doing something that they already do, especially if you have a little brother or sister. I remember a few weeks ago, I was going to say couple and a few. So I remember a couple of weeks or a few weeks ago, we were having our vacation. Was it a Bible camp? Yes, I believe it was a vacation Bible camp. And that's because I'm not thinking. I'm just talking, trying to remember at the same time to do basically what I'm teaching you all to do and talk at the same time. And so we were having vacation Bible camp, and a young lady, I think she was like 8, and her sister was 11. And I did not know that her sister was doing her hair, but when she camp, she really looked nice, and her sister really looked nice around the head and everything. And so she came in with a little pout, and she was doing like this, and she said, "My sister." I know I told my sister to do my hair, but she wouldn't do it. And she said it basically like that. And I said, "Well, if you would have told me to do your hair, I don't think I would have did it either." And so she's like, "No, I mean, what I'm saying is she was gonna do my hair, and then I kicked her foot, and she thought I did it on purpose. So she said, I'm not gonna do your hair." So the camp director, Pastor Crystal, asked me to do it. And I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll do it." It wasn't that her hair was bad or anything like that. It was not anything negative. But for me, just to put her hair in a ponytail, that's all she wanted was a ponytail. I went and got the brush, the comb, and then it was like, I can't even do a ponytail. This is a lot of hair. I said, I remember when my girls was little and they had a lot of hair. I mean, they had a lot of hair. Anyway, when they were little and I would do their hair, it would be a snap. I was used to it. I knew, like, I did the water thing and it was wavy and whatever. Talking about styles and techniques. I knew the technique, I knew what style to do, etc. And they were just as happy as larks, which are birds. I had to find that out. I remember I used to say, "I'm as happy as a lark." And one day I was asked, "You know what a lark is?" And I was like, "No." And I found out it's a bird. So anyway, I couldn't really get it done. I'm sorry, I couldn't. Hence, I'm going to be the lock specialist. Okay. And then another mother came in whose daughter is like 12 or 13. She just took that. "Oh, you want to put in a ponytail? Let me up." She just, "Okay, I'm done." Like, next, what else do you want me to do? And so I'm hoping that before because remember, I'm learning. Like now, nobody's going to use my brush. Nobody's going to use my comb. You're going to have your own. And if not, I'm sorry. But you have to learn that. And that's since I've been tutoring national hair care, national hair care practitioners. Since I've been tutoring I don't know why I keep saying it, natural hair care practitioners, I have learned so much. And these are just the basics. That's what I'm trying to get across. We're learning the basics, huh? So, styles and techniques. Some styles take many hours to complete. More complex styles are not disposable to be casually brushed out, and with proper care can last up to 3 months. Wow. I remember as I'm just reading this, there was a style that I saw on YouTube, and it was like a beehive. It just went continually around until it got to a little spiral right on the top, and it was left in for months. I mean, probably a year, and it grew like that. And the caption or whatever was saying how they was going to take it out, and the wash and everything like that. And I was like, wow. And they were saying things like, you probably think that I don't wash my hair, etc. But she showed us how she washed it and got in the parts. And well, by the time it got to where I could see it, there were no parts. But she showed how she did it and how it was just nice. And then took it out, and so that was a definite style, and that was definitely a style and a definite technique as to how to do hair to keep it up and to just allow it to grow, not bother it, etc. Or some styles create a small amount of tension on the hair, and if properly started, there should be no pain, discomfort, or irritation to the scalp. And I'm liking that. Hold on for just a second, because I want to put that with these. So far, I'm liking the new computer or the different computer. But I have to tell you this. I did want to take out the rubber bands today because we're doing styles and techniques. And the last time we did styles and technique, I put the rubber bands in. I was going to do my best to keep them in for a month, for the month. And you already know that I washed and everything today. But I really taking and I usually like to drop this in there and put it right here. I found another tool. I didn't have to buy it. I already have it. You're going to be amazed at what it is. Anyway, so as I am talking to you today, this I think this is the first time y'all saw me in my glasses. Okay, if the following occurs to the natural hair, permanent damage may be caused. Improper tension. Now, you know that the tension on my hair was not improper because the bands were falling out. And as a matter of fact, they stretched a little and it stretched to medium. And I'm going to put them right back in my container. And I think one of the reasons is because I really want my locks to be loose. I don't want them. I mean, it's not bindery. There's no tight band around the what is it called? Around the root where the rubber was. But I really want to be able to just let them be free. That's what I want. I want my hair to be free to do whatever it's going to do with this set of locks. And what I was trying to show to get is a protective style, which is one where you don't really have to bother it. And the other one I'm going to show you today, or another one. And it says if the following occurs to the natural hair, permanent damage may be caused. Improper tension, excessive amount of hair extension. And I remember when I used to get extensions in my hair, I have a picture. Not today, not today. But when I would do hair extensions, and the young lady would put them in the hot water. You anybody remember that style where you been holding your head over the steam and just drop them in? Probably counted to about seven, eight, or ten. I don't know what she counted to. And then took the little towel, over the towel, and just around the towel. Let me see if I put this back. Yeah, I'm used to leaning forward, so if I put this back like this and then lean back, better. I'm liking this camera. I'm liking. It's a bigger computer, so what I'm gonna do is see if I can move it over closer to the edge. I want to be in the middle. I think that's the middle. Hold on, let me check something under it. Sorry about that. See if I leave it like this, that'll teach me to sit back so I can get comfortable. Okay, so as I'm talking, it's called improper tension, excessive amount of hair extension. When you're doing hair, you gotta give your hair a rest. Like if you're the going to be the extending of the natural hair specialist, because you know it's going to talk about how it can be done as a natural hair practitioner. So if you're going to be that person, or braided styles worn too long, I don't know. Because that lady, she had that braid. It was, and I believe it was about a year. Probably it was a while. I'll put it that way. Anyway, let me show you. Oh, it's already out. It's already out. I don't know if it's going to work, but it should help you remember something regarding styles and techniques. Okay, here's weave. A style achieved by adding hair, either natural or synthetic, to the existing hair to either protect, add a new dimension, or cover balding or thinning spots. Hmm. I think the only thing that I did to cover my balding or thinning spots was to start wearing lock socks. But I didn't wear them. I didn't like wear lock socks all the time. Hey, this is stuck. Oh no, help! Let's see. I'm stretching it. I might have to pop this one. Yep, I think I might have to pop that. I'm looking for scissors. I see. Ow, ow. Oh, I didn't pop, and I'm looking to see if any hair came out, and just a little snip of the end. Okay, let me make sure I get both of them. Okay, add a new dimension. I like that word, and cover balding or thinning spots. I I was saying how all I did was to wear the lock socks, but the majority of the time, the first year, if my hair, because I wet my hair every morning, every single morning, and because I wet my hair every morning, I would wear the lock sock on my head, and then I would go next door, and after a little while, I would take it off because I didn't have the look that I have right now. And this look, uh, I don't have to cut it or anything, but I like to cover it up because now I am a pastor, and now I am an entrepreneur. So I'm becoming my brand. I'm becoming it. Or I'm my brand. I'm a distributor, so I wear what I distribute. Distribute. Why is they? No, no, they're not long. See, that's one of the smaller ones, but it got a little bigger. Maybe I should have waited. Maybe I should have split. Okay, I like this. The balding or thinning spots. So you know that working as a natural hair care practitioner, you're going to have people who come in expecting their hair to grow. And so if you come into my establishment or my licensed facility, you will already know because I'll have pictures showing. I'm so glad that on YouTube they ask you to document your hair journey because now I have pictures where it shows no hair at all and how you can tell that the hair grew there and on the top of the head and like that. Wow, that was teeny. Look how small that is. Well, stretched, but okay, styles and techniques. And now we're going to talk about extensions. Extensions, a style achieved by securing wisps or strands of human hair, then synthetic hair, or a combination of both to the base of the client's natural hair to add length, volume, texture, and color. I remember this reminds me of when my G babies got extensions in the hair and they're in the dance that they're in our dance group. And the name of the dance was something something praise. And they got to do they're supposed to do like and then they go over here and do like this. But when they had their long hair, they was whipping it and it was hitting people and I think they had pink and purple hair. They were too excited about that. So let me read that again because I like it says a style achieved by securing wisps or strands of human hair. I wonder would width be a lot because it says strand, a width or strand. Synthetic hair or a combination of both to the base of the client's natural hair to add length, volume, texture, and color. And I continually ask questions like that because one day somebody gonna say they're gonna type it. A width is, and then they're gonna tell me what it is. Oh, I finally pushed it up there. Extensions, natural hair. Natural hair. These are advantages. Natural hair appears more realistic, has a greater durability, and tolerance to heat from a blow dryer, curling iron, or hot rollers, and can be custom colored or permed to suit the client. Oh, when I meet a person that's good at that, oh, let me see. Almost done, almost done, almost done. I really want to see too how this is the one that was splitting. I really want to see too how the ones that are splitting are going to turn out. Are they going to get smaller or every time it snags? I guess you can tell by my glasses and my clothes that I always wear black and white. Okay, natural hair disadvantages. Now the positive part, the advantage, is that you can curl it, you can color it or dye it, and this is the extensions. This is what you buy. What you buy to put to add to natural hair. And there's natural hair, synthetic hair, and there's one more that's that is almost like it's too shiny. You can't really use it. You can't really find the colors of your hair, etc., etc. So disadvantages of natural hair reacts to exposure to light by fading, to humidity by either frizzing or losing its curls, and will break or split if mistreated by harsh brushing. By harsh brushing. backcombing, or excessive use of heat. So it's almost like they got a pros and cons. Pros are, but the cons are. So there's advantages to natural hair and disadvantages. Okay, extension synthetic hair. I think this is the one. Let me make sure. Yes. Okay, extension synthetic hair. Synthetic hair advantages. Synthetic hair is particularly strong and durable and can simulate natural hair with a lustrous look and feel. It's generally less expensive than natural hair, and the color is timeless. The style will not change with exposure to humidity. Humidity. I wonder, can you reuse synthetic hair? So if you know the answer, please add it to the class, okay? It says disadvantages. Synthetic hair cannot be exposed to extreme heat. Coloring synthetic hair is not recommended due to traditional hair color not being compatible. And some synthetic hair is too shiny. No, it didn't say too, it says so. Some some synthetic hair is so shiny it looks unnatural. So when I do this to a client, I will know to definitely wet the hair because they were falling out earlier. Oops, Emily. No. Ow. Okay, styles and techniques. And you remember how they was talking about protective styles last well, I was talking about, or let's say we were talking about protective styles as to when I put these rubber bands in. Somebody would say, well, that's not a protective style. Well, it is when the protective style is to not bother your hair or not be worried about it coming out, or it's just basically a style that will free your mind, or free your time, free your mind, free your time. And it's an advantage because your hair does grow, but it has to be a style that doesn't hinder the roots or the shaft of the hair, the follicles. See, I'm doing it light, but that wasn't it. I don't want to be popping no hair either. So I should have waited, I'm sure. But not all of them are doing it. Okay, the first style and technique is afro. Afro, a style of tight curls on long or short, curly, wavy, coiled, or highly textured hair. And I like my loose knots. I like my loose locks. And I'm noticing that the ends are just totally coming out. See? And look at the little curls on the hairs. It's thickening. I can feel them. They feel fluffy, like not like cotton. They feel like curl hair, like natural curl hair. Yeah. Let's see how big this. Oh, look how big that one got. That's just normal. Wow. That'll probably pop the next time. And I believe that the between the oil and the water that made it stretch, because I know it's not the hair. So what is an afro? It's a style of tight curl on long or short, curly, coiled, wavy, or highly textured hair. That should be kind of easy. Once you say the word either wavy, 'cause you say all of the words except for straight, because it does not say straight. It says all of the words for the size of the or the shape of the O. The O is of course straight, so it's not that one. So it's either this one, which is wavy. The last one is spiral and coiled. So it's wavy, curled, spiral, coiled. So this is straight, the O. Then it's wavy. Then it's, uh-oh, curly. Ah, I had it the first time. But after I put straight in there, okay, afro, styles and techniques for the afro. A style and technique for the afro is twist extension. One, it says a style achieved when human or synthetic hair fibers are anchored to the natural hair with a braid and twist combination. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Oh, here's one that's split, and it is really thick at the root. It's like ow thick, but I'm not gonna comb it. I mean, I couldn't comb it anyway, especially with the little comb I got. Wait, hold up. Which one is this? I really liked my hair today. When it was uncovered, I went outside with it uncovered. Oh, here's another one that's split totally too. And this one right here. Oh no, that's a single lock. It has a band on it. Hold on, I'm sorry. I take it back. So it's sort of like they're trying to one. See, this is one, two, and three. So it's sort of like they're trying to like I want to be smaller. It's sort of like they're telling me that they want to be smaller. And of course, I might let them because there is times when I be doing my hair like this. I told y'all, and I don't think I do it on purpose. That or any, I'm not doing anything on purpose. It's just that these ends are coming out, and I want them to. I want them to do what they do. I just don't want to have a one big humongous matted hairstyle. That's why I'm calling this semi freeform because I will be separating if I can. But isn't it nice that y'all get to go on this journey with me? Okay, let's get back to work. Hair, a style achieved. This is the Afro twist extension. A style achieved when human or synthetic hair fibers are anchored to the natural hair with a braid and twist combination. That's the twist extension. And then there's the Afro weave, a style achieved by attaching textured hair, which is on a width, and sewing it to the designated cornrow with cotton thread. I think I know what a width is. You know how sometimes they'll have hair like this, and this is the band or the width, and then hair, and then they sew the hair, and then they. I think that's what a width is. But correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. But as I'm reading, it's sort of like, when you read and then you kind of get what the word means, but then you're not sure. And then because of what it says in the sentence or the paragraph or the page that you're reading, it'll either show a picture or, well, I just got a picture of that strand of hair hanging on this thing like this that's sewn into the, and the word that got it was, and sewing it to the designated cornrow. Some people, when they started out doing a set or uh, a style, or but they kept having that same style over and over and never giving their hair rest. So I understand what it talks about regarding pulling out the hair. You have to prolong styles. You have to give your hair a rest. Styles and techniques, braids. This is a single braid. A style achieved when hair is divided into three equal sections that are intertwined or weaved into one single braid. Cassimus braid, a style achieved when single large extended braids with a tight stitch are tapered and are curved to the end. Oh no! I thought my braid was the Cassimus. Never mind. I gotta find out what it is now. I'm gonna write down what Cassimus is. Though. When single large extended braids with a tight stitch are tapered and are curved to at the end. Okay, a style achieved when single. Okay, after this, I'm gonna start writing in my book. Large extended. My page is getting full. Braid with a tight stitch. Oh, did I tell you all that this right here on your it comes on your, you download it to your computer or phone, but you download it to your computer and you can hook up, or I can hook up a projector that goes on the wall, and that's why these are so big. They start off big so they can get bigger. So I thought I would remind you of that because you want to be able to teach what you do so that you can become better at it, better at explaining it, better at learning it. And as I was writing, I was reminded of that. Okay, almost done. No, I mean, started here. Okay, casting his braids. I had to write that down because I thought that was the braiding that I do, and that's not it. So, and I got to figure out. Oh, it's cane row. Well, at least I got the CA part right. No. Styles and techniques. Braids, cornrow, and cane row braids. A style achieved when underhand three strand braids are interwoven to lie flat on the scalp and can be designed and sculpted into varying patterns with or without extensions. That's what I do. Cane row. And it makes sense because now that I do, because that's basically, I just get those, yeah, you go, that's it. And I can put them in some styles. Okay, styles and technique braids. Now, wait a minute. Oh, I see why. Like, wait a minute, you can't keep telling us about braids. Braid out. Say oh, you know what a braid out is? Like, well, when I was growing up, we called them plaits. Okay, a style achieved when the hair is braided either wet or dry and then open to create a crimped texture on texture effect with added volume. Styles and technique coils. Coils or comb twists. A style achieved when small sections of natural hair are spiraled with fingers or a comb to create individual formations of tight cylindrical coils. What I call my hair is loose locks. That's what I call them. My hair is locked and it's loose. And I don't know what it's doing right now, but I'm liking it. And it's sort of like I said, it's called semi freeform, semi freeform, because I'm not combing or anything like that, but I'm letting it like this one right here is going to give me the look that I want, which is the hair is growing in the scalp, and by these separate fat enough, but I would have to separate them more like this. So I would have to, I would not, I would be actually making a smaller loose lock because when I started, y'all saw how I started. I just did with my fingers the knotting of the hairs, and the rest of it was loose. And now the knots are coming out, and the hair is still loose. So I'm gonna have to like but when I start separating those that are already separating, just knot at the ends, and then the knots came out. So it's been like I should say since like July maybe, June. Because at first when I parted it, and then I put one knot up here, but they just kept coming out. They wouldn't they wouldn't even stay in. And I didn't think to just leave it or to try to see if they were, you know, combined enough so that I couldn't get the comb through like now. They're not going anywhere. See, even these will come. And I think what's happening is that this part is growing and that it's not in the knot, but then the knot itself is coming out. I don't know. What are you out? Take this. It's combining. I'm saying ow. It doesn't really hurt. I don't even know why I'm saying ow. Okay, let's get back to styles and techniques. Okay, coils. Nubian coils. I like that word. I like the word Nubian. A style achieved when naturally curly or textured hair is curled into a cylindrical shape with a comb or hand. It's called Nubian coils. I just heard of it as comb coils or finger coils. I like Nubian coils better. I know one thing. I can't wait till October gets here. I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to try my best because I noticed that my sister isn't coming on and it's not saying that somebody's looking at the videos. So I'm just like I'm telling you now, don't wait for people. If you get what you want to do, then you pursue that and you keep at it. Don't give up. Do not, whatever you do, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't even let yourself have excuses. It's like I don't know how to get there. I found out that the TriMet bus will take you there. The max will take me to sell. I was like, what? I don't have to drive, and whatever it takes, I'm gonna go just to see what it's like. To just go to find the place. I might go on Saturday. I really might go on Saturday. So we're at Nubian corals. It's a style achieved when naturally curly or textured hair is curled into a cylindrical shape with a comb or hand. Nubian coils. styles and techniques. Locks, dreadlocks. I'm sorry. Let me have my moment. It's a style achieved when natural textured hair is meshed, intertwined, and interlaced to form a solid cylinder and separate network of hair. It says right there, interlaced or formed. Wait, hold on. Let me read it again. Let me read it again. Let me read it slow. A style achieved, or locks, dreadlock. A style achieved when natural textured hair is meshed, intertwined, and interlaced to form a solid cylinder and separate network of hair. Okay, new locks, a style achieved when yarn fiber is single braided, giving the extension a matte finish to look like locks. Look at that. Wow. I think I might put my lock jury in. Got one here and one here. I don't know. Because that's not a style or a technique. That's just putting lock jury in. Okay, we don't have that many pages left. We're on 81 and we're going to 87, I believe. Styles and techniques. Twist. Bantu knot. I like Bantu knot. That to me is a protective style. Somebody say, how long do you leave your protective style in? Like a week. And sometimes when I do the Bantu knots, I don't even leave them for a week. I don't. I take them out. I like my hair like this. The loose, cute, natural. A Bantu knot is a style achieved when the hair is double strand twisted or coil twisted and wrapped around itself to make a knot and secured by bobby pins or elastic bands. I don't use either one when I do Bantu knots. I probably did when I didn't really know what I was doing, but I found out that if you do the Bantu, let me see if I can do it right now. I do it like this, right? And then I tighten here, just where it is now. And then I roll. Then I do another twist and I roll. And as I'm rolling, I'm twisting at the same time. And then I take the end of the hair, I twist it and put it under. And it could be too because my hair is short. That's what I'm saying. It could be because my hair is short, but that's where I do the Bantu knot. And I noticed that it makes the hair stretch. So I ask, like, when people that don't like this look, I'll be like, I really like this look, because I do. Some days I like the puffy, sticking out hair. It lies down just like this, but some days I do like this on purpose to get it to stick up, and then I'll pat it back down so it looks civilized. But I really like that look. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I got to the part to where I like it. Probably just because I've been looking at locks. Because some people's locks are like, I literally stop and do that. Okay. So it says when the hair is double strand twisted or coil twisted and wrapped around itself to make a knot and secured by bobby pins or elastic band. And so the securing part is when I put my lock sock on or a scarf. Or sometimes I'm looking at it. I want to go get it. It's a satin head thing. I can't think of what it's called right now. You're supposed to sleep in it. That to me is like not letting my hair, like binding the hair, like not letting it do what it's supposed to do. Yeah, because I don't think I'm gonna plat them again. I think I'm just gonna, I don't know, separate them. See, this one right here is almost loose, but you can see where it's separating at. See, so that's what I was saying. I started it with this, but it's coming loose on its own, or it's gonna just lock together like this. So that's how I want it. See this one, and I don't know if it's because some of them are skinnier than the other, but I tried to make them uniform when I parted them. I'm just noticing that it's not. How you all liking being tutored by Miss Janice? To me, I like it because it's conversational. I'm just waiting for someone else to say something back. Okay, I did the Bantu knot out. That was a quick one, I know. But that's what a Bantu knot out looks like. But look at how my hair has grown, though. Look, I'm just saying, look at the silver. It's really growing. It's really, really growing. So anyway, what do you think? I'm gonna show you all how I do it because they're gonna come out anyway. So what I do is I just take the end like this, right? I can show you where it is. Okay. I'm just showing you. Don't count this yet because this is how it comes out. I'm just stretching it down. So don't ever let anybody tell you that once you have knotted or locked hair that you can't take it out. I was showing you that. So that's like called the lockout. No, no. So what I did is I held this right here and then I grabbed it. Then I went another way and then I grabbed it. And you open your hand so that you can tighten the knot that you're making. And I said your hands, I mean your fingers. And that's basically what I knotted. See? It's not coming out. It's a knot. Unless you do like I just did and then make it come out. Okay? Whoa. That's going to look interesting tomorrow. But that's what they are. They are at the ends, like little knots at the ends, and I sectioned it here. Oh, that's a real loose one. Hold on. Yep. So I talked about the Bantu knot out is a style achieved by a Bantu knot, which has been dried and released, creating a style with spiral curls. There was a style in here that said something about when you only do this part of your hair with the roller. So maybe I should get some. I have sponge rollers. Okay, flat twist. A parted row of hair that is first divided into two sections and then twisted and interwoven to lie flat on the scalp. It can be in varying patterns with or without extensions. So to me, a flat twist would be like this. Okay. And when I was growing up, my grandmother called that corn rolling. And that's what it looks like. If you do it, it looks like corn, a roll of corn from off a cob. That's what it looks like. I'm just saying. Okay, let me get back. Styles and techniques. Techniques. Twist. A double strand twist. A style achieved with wet or dry hair, divided into two sections, and then overlapped to create a twisted rope effect, dry or a textured effect, wet. So you can do it either way. Your hair can be wet or your hair can be dry. And I like it when people on YouTube would say, first, I want to spritz my hair. And it was almost like they were just doing it section by section. So you know that you have to have your hair wet in order to get this style. And so I just like the way a lot of YouTubers explain what they're doing to their hair, and which is real helpful because that's one of the reasons why I decided to make a channel and tutor natural hair care. I have a towel somewhere. Tutor natural hair care practitioners. I really want natural hair care practitioners out there. I really want that. I want people who have natural hair care to know different styles, different techniques. If they want to start a, 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 a school, if they want to like be proficient at what they do, I want them to know that they can actually receive resources from what they're already doing. And to teach, if they teach others, they really can receive resources. Yep. Styles and twists. I mean, styles and technique. Here's another twist. It says twist sets. It's a two-part set. A style achieved when done on natural or transitional hair, twist extensions, weave, locks, or weaves, wigs, or locks. I could have said weave, locks, or wigs, try to make it like it was already like that. I didn't want to mess it. It says a style achieved when done on natural or transitional hair, twist extensions, weave, wigs, or locks, which is a double twist, and then set on rods, which can only be placed at the end of the hair or lock. And so that's what I did. I knotted the end of my hair instead of putting in rods. So that's why I call these loose braids. Like, how did you get your hair locked to lock? I just made knots at the end and left this part loose as if it was new growth and just let it take its course. Then I'll be able to tell how some of them split so they became more than one. Because it's not like I can twist it, and it's not like, in order for me to get this to become one, I would have to knot it all the way up to here. Because this right here is the old hair. Ow, see? Ow, ow. I went up too far. Ow again. I'm just showing you where I have to knot it up to. Ah, because I'm not doing this part right here. This part that's above here. Nah. Okay. I will have to knot it all the way up to here. You see right here where it's coming? See, because all this right here is already locked. And at first I was going to cut this part right here. I was like, no. And then in order to keep it up, I used to, when I did my um, J hook, oh, I get to show you how to do a J hook. Forget about that. So if you're using a J hook, you put this, your hair in here, you lock it in, just like this. Pull it through, and then you pull it here, and it comes locked in. You pull it all the way down to where you can't get it in no more, and just do it again. But I'm not going to do it anymore because I told you it's locked. So for everybody that didn't believe that it's locked, I'm pulling on it going, ow, 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 ow. Anyway, that's a style. This is a style or a technique to get locked. And even though this don't look locked, see, look, it's knotted and it will lock. And that's how I started the ends of each and every single last one of these. I just didn't go up as high. And then later on, I'm gonna wet it. I'm gonna wet it, um, not wash it. I'm just gonna wet it because I'll be up for a little bit. Okay, so uh, a twist set two parts, and then remember it says which can only be placed at the end of the hair or lock. So if I was gonna do a style achieved when done on natural or transition hair, twists, extensions, weaves, wigs, or locks, which is double twist, and this is not a double twist, this is knotted, and that's what the J hook does. It acts like a crochet needle. And I'm showing you this technique. See, that's what I'm saying. You learn stuff that you want to share. It's not like you're gonna keep it to yourself and make people pay for. No, no. If someone wants to become a part of this natural natural hair care practitioner format, if someone wants to be a part of this community, and that's what I'm trying my best to do, to start a community. If someone wants to become part of it, we share. We share. If somebody decides to take it, patent it, the same way God allowed me to know this, my God, the one that I serve, is smart enough to teach me something else. And if someone says, I'm gonna take her to court because I did this and she said that she started it, blah, 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 blah. That's what natural hair care is about. No, y'all just meeting me. You don't know what I have in me. And I don't know what you have in you. That's why I'm making a community called Locksters Embassy, whereas I named it after locks so that it's a natural hair care format. If you make hats, if you don't have to only do hair, you can make hats. And there's some people out there that can crochet way much better than I. Woo, they can. And some even can crochet by hand. The same way I do hair, knotting hair by hand. That's what crocheting is. Crocheting is knots. That's all it is with a hook that looks like this. The only difference is when I used to, oh, never mind. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know what I just did. When I would combine locks with this, I will put this in here like this. That's why I like the part about the locking part. Once you get it in there, it doesn't come out. Or I usually hold it like this. So I really won't stop Jen. So it really won't come out. But anyway, This is a lock, right? That you can only see right up the top. If I keep going up, I'll just stop right there. But this is a lock. And then I'll find one that was close to it. And then I will hook this in and just pull it through. I would twist it and just pull it through again, like that. That's all I did when I combined with this J hook. And people need to know that the more you share, it doesn't seem like it because of the way the world is, but what you do is what you project to come to you. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're doing evil, evil is going to come back to you. If you're doing good, good is going to come to you. And then when something negative happens, your what is it called? Your way of thinking isn't to do negative back. Your way of thinking is like, I'll give you the best example I can. When someone shot and killed my brother, the first thing I did was like, Father, please forgive them. Like, I forgive them, but please forgive them. Because for the rest of their life, they're going to have to think about the fact that they killed somebody. Not even my brother. People go crazy because of some of the stuff that they did at the spur of the moment, or not necessarily crazy, but their mind just like shuts down to a certain place, or they just get worse and start killing more people. So just do like I'm asking. Be a part of the community, invite people to be part of the community and learn. And you're not just learning how to be a natural hair care practitioner. You are learning to be proficient and professional at whatever you do. I, I was in the army, and they was trying to make me sad. And so they tried to, they sent me to a place where they had horses. And I had never been around horses, but I had to clean the stalls and clean the bathrooms, and they not knowing that I like to clean. So when I go back, I had a nice time that day. I mean, I saw a frog. I was around horses. You see what I'm saying? And I'm in the army, so people don't know that they send you off to do KP duty outside, and you know, and I like to clean, so I was getting joyful about it. And they was like, Jones, my name was Jones then. They was like, Jones, how are you doing today? And I was like, I'm doing good. And they couldn't believe that I'm still laughing, I'm still happy. So after that, no, I mean, I made up a song and everything. I was like, dirty, dirty, this house is dirty. Wait a minute, I'm gonna take my ear off because it sounds like I'm not singing right. Dirty, dirty, this house is dirty. Toothpaste all over the place. I mean, I was just getting all into the song. Anyway, so they didn't like the fact that I was still happy. So now I come and they want me to clean porta potty. And the person that I was cleaning porta potties with was singing and happy and doing such a good job. I can see if I would have went there and he was like, man, I don't like doing this. But we were cleaning porta potties. That was our job. And so I'm taking on his attitude because he was like glad to have a job, so to speak. And so I go back and they was like, Jones, how you doing today? And I'm like, I'm doing good. I'm so happy. They just didn't get it. So what I'm saying is the way you perceive the negative that people give to you is the way that you can there's a way to prosper in every single thing. Somebody still better going, you clean porta potties and you was happy about, I mean, what would sad have done? What would unhappy would have finished? I mean, accomplished nothing. Oh, here's one that's double, but it's still at the end. But see how it's double right here? I can feel it being double. That's what I'm trying to explain. If it's still like, see, this one is almost out, so I would have to redo it like this in order for it to stay together. I'm not doing that. My hair is saying I want to do A, B, C, and D. And when I took it out, all I did, Got one of these. This is the one that I use, and just started right at the end, and that's how I took it out. But I don't want to take it out because it's knotted. It's lot. I mean, it's a knot, but it's just that easy. And all the extra hair, I used one of these, but a bigger one, and all the extra hair that came out was minimal because I wasn't pulling on anything. Anyway, let me get back to it. Okay, double strand twist, and then in order to do the two-part set, it's like you have to do the double strand twist, and then at the end, you just put the curler or the roller at the end, just at the end, like here. And that was only that wasn't even a second. Okay, we are going places. Styles and technique twist. Twist, there are twist curls and twist out. Here's what a twist curl is. It's a style achieved on textured hair and done by using a double twist technique on wet hair to define the textured curls and waves. And I told you all how when I went and had to live at a place where it's called work release. I told y'all I got in trouble for spanking my daughter. I did. I got in trouble. And so the people, I don't know, they found out that I did hair. And I had like maybe two people. No, they didn't pay me. It was more like a please, can you? So I said, yeah, I did it. But anyway, and they were Caucasian. And I did the I didn't do twists though. I did plait. I plaited their hair. I'm gonna make sure that I wet this hair because I like it cream. I like it like that. But I do know that if this stays long, which it will not, then I'm gonna put one of these on it. Okay. It's a style achieved on textured hair and done by using a double twist technique on wet hair to define the textured curls and waves. A twist out is a style achieved by a double strand twist on any size and length of wet hair. The dry twists are opened and unraveled to add fullness, volume, and a crimped effect. Okay. Ah, tools. I have another tool. Oh, I found it. It says the only tools that may be used on a natural hair care service or for a natural hair care service are the hands, hence, or simple devices such as combs, needles, clips, working boards. Let me see. Scissors may only be used to trim synthetic fibers or hair extensions as necessary. That's it. I won't be able to show you my tool until tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna get our next 21 pages. I know I did 42 pages today, but it's all good because I'm trying to help us to go through this as many times as we can. And then what we're going to do is take our test, and then we will have some hands on experience as to how the test is. It should not be hard if it's this book right here, if it's this manual. It should not be hard. I'm hoping that they have some multiple choices, but I'm not looking for multiple choices. I'm looking, basically, to me, this seems like a book of definitions. It has rules, regulations, It has, let's see, rules, regulations, standards is another R. So rules, regulations, standards. Now I'm trying to remember in a certain order. I'm not even getting five of them. Rules, I mean, I'm not even getting four because I usually forget regulations. Rules, regulations, not resources. Then there's standards. This is terrible. Rules, regulations, requirements, standards, and laws. Rules, regulations, requirements, standards, and laws. And one of the two words that we were supposed to look up is hackleboard and a drawing board. Hackleboard and a drawing board. I know that one of them is separate hair, and I think the other one is to work on hair. Okay, so now that we're on page 88, 98 is 10, 108 is 20, so we should do 109, 88, 98, 108. I think so. Once we, okay, so 21 is 109. Finish talking. While I'm talking, let's do some more. Tools, combs. Now I showed you what comb looks like. Then that's not what it's called. They call it tail comb. They don't put the word rat in there. Large tooth comb. Yep, they call it the tail comb. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to be professional. It's like way too late. Anyway, tools, combs, finishing comb is usually 8 to 10 inches long, works well on fine or straight hair, and is used when trimming synthetic fibers, hair extensions, or sewn in weave extensions. Large tooth or wide tooth comb. So we had the finishing comb. And I was telling you about this comb kit that I got from Walmart. That was like that had every comb that combs. I mean, I was giving combs away left and right. It's like, oh, I've never used that. I don't even know what this is for. Now that I'm doing um, uh, the module for natural hair care, excuse me, practitioners, I'm like, that's what it's for. I wonder, can I get my combs back? But I decided I'm just gonna go and get me another set. A finishing comb is usually 8 to 10 inches well on fine or short hair and is used when trimming synthetic fibers, hair extensions, or sewn in weave extensions. Now, listen to the large tooth or the wide tooth comb. There is a medium to large distance between the tooth range to allow curly hair to move between the rows of teeth with ease. And when I locked my hair is when I gave away my combs, and I used to like every year have a drawer full of hair stuff that I would give away to either my niece or somebody that went to the church. Some of them I never even used. Like right now, I'm using I'm using these to put around the edge of my hat. And this hardly has any elasticity, so I'm gonna pull it and then I'm gonna have to throw it away. See, no elasticity at all. I don't know. I don't remember even wearing them or using them. So I might just put it around there just so I that I have one on. But see, right at the very end. This is how I know that I'll have return customers when I make hats. So I set it up to where if you need me to reband your hat that I make, I reband for $10. Because all I do is take this is and that this is what comes becomes like this. Hat becomes so big around the head, but the hat lasts forever. It's a you seen my hat, my lobster's design. And my sister is the one that allowed me to know how to repair stuff because she used to give me stuff. Jan, can you fix this? You know, it had a big hole coming apart, lopsided. It was, I mean, she. Anyway, let me keep going. Okay, so double tooth comb or detangling comb, 2 rows of teeth, and I had this one comb where one row of teeth, and there was every other one was wide and short, wide and short. So it's 2 rows of teeth used for separating and separating the hair as a comb, tangling and snarling on wet curly hair. And I even had one that the the teeth were curled. You know what that was for either. Okay, combs. A pick comb, widely spaced, rounded teeth made of metal, plastic, wood, or ivory, and designed for lifting and separating textured and curly hairs such as afros and human hair extensions. So some of our hair really is like catered to by the things that are made. And I appreciate, I'm serious, I appreciate the person who allowed us to to perform to perform one and to help others who need our help. But we actually have things to tell them. There's it's not called a rat tooth comb. It's called and I mean it's not called a rat tail comb. It's called a tail comb. I don't know why they call put rat on there. Okay, long clips used to okay. Long clips used to separate large sections of hair. That's what the long clips are for. And they open like this and they're about that long and you separate hair and then you open the clip and then it does this. And the clip is just cute. This is the one I had. This is called butterfly clips. I'm telling you, my hair, I don't think my hair ever got long enough to put this. But I used to just buy stuff expecting my hair to grow. And that's what I was doing. I remember, oh, it's not over here. It's over there. I remember when I would cut the bottom of um, t-shirts and just make the band. I would cross it in the back and ring it around, and it would be about this long, and so it would cover here to here. And I said, I'm doing this now so that when my hair grows long, it'll stick out the back. I'm serious. I would take stuff in the bathroom and just every time I would go and I was like, Father, can you show me a way I can use this for my hair? Table runners, they are really good, especially if you get them from the dollar store because they're made out of scarf material, and people will never know that that's a table runner. I would wear that and they be like, wow, that's really nice. I mean, I would make the bows, the flowers, I'd wrap around and then have it right here. And I'll make bows and then there would be tassels at the end. And people are like, wow, that's really nice. I'm serious. Father will help you to make stuff. I mean, nobody told people to sew them out of table run. I mean, make table runners out of scarf material. Anyway, this is a style of a butterfly clip. Isn't that cute? I know I got some more. I'll put this back. Hey, I'm gonna put it on there. I put it on my lamp stand. Oh, oh, there's another one. See how the hair is growing, but it's splitting? It's this long. And then see how this right here is getting thicker here? But this is the part that's locked. So I can't really get my finger through it. Well, I can, but if I poke good. But that's how I started. That's how I started each and every one. So what's happening is the hair that's on the scalp is tensing, and I can't think of what that is. I think it might be porosity. Okay, curved needles. I have one, but I use it in the because I mean I was using it in the restaurant. I had some over there too. Because I was thinking about um what is it called? Sewing my locks to combine them. But I was like, that's gonna take way too long. And I'm so glad I didn't do it because I ended up taking that and doing this, the loose locks. Loose was not at the end. Wow. Look at that, guys. And you know it's not because oh, look at this little ball. You see it? Okay, so see if I can okay, the curve directs the point of the needle ahead using thread for braid, weave style, and for getting close to the scalp without harming. Thinking I was done. And it all, I remember where I got the container from. I think I got it from Nick Case in Memphis anyway. It had 500 rubber bands in it. So they had, I think, 250 rubber bands in a bag for like 99 cents. So I got two bags and then I refilled up. But it seemed that the rubber bands, and I did notice that as soon as I took the rubber bands off the top of my head, even though they were down here or whatever, my head stopped itching. So I really do think I'm allergic. I mean, I don't know about rubber bands in my hair don't do too well. Even though they were down here, because you saw them earlier. Okay, so you want to use anytime you're doing weave styles, weaves for braids. Uh, like I can use, and I'm seeing right now that I can use needles to sew locks together or to combine locks, but that's how I find it. Oop, can you see it? It's, I don't know what happened. Help. Well, you can't help me because you're not here. So I use it. I'm not gonna pull it. It seems like oh, I just pulled it up. Okay, somebody the working boards, and those remember that happened, and that's where we are now. It's a flat board with fine right used for combing through hair extensions to detangle or blend colors and highlight. I don't know. To me, hacker. Look at this one. That because you see how the knots look at first. They're not thick or anything. Let me see if you can see. I mean, I wish I knew that I was going to do this. I would have brought over my pad again and show you the look of knots. Okay, the next board is the drawing board. It's a flat leather pad, those fine teeth that sandwiches and secures the human hair to allow the needed portion to be drawn from the board without while braiding. I know I said I was going to write that one down. I would love to practice on the hackle board and the drawing board. Yeah. Okay, Oregon laws and rules. It's getting serious now. The following information is taken directly from the Oregon statute. See, it's rules, regulation, requirements, standards, laws, statutes, and it tells where it's found. Chapter 690 and Oregon Administrative Rules, Chapter 817, governing all cosmetology fields of practice in Oregon. So the Oregon laws and rules is the following information is taken directly from this book. It's a book that's been set aside. Remember, I was telling you how we had a book, it's MSDS, and it had every single chemical in it that we not only uh, told us, how to use it, what the this and that. It just got real intricate. And one of the reasons it's good to know that as a safety, when I was a safety rep, it was good to know that is because there was some stuff or some chemical that we were not allowed to have in the store, or it was supposed to even look a certain way. For example, if you had a clear plastic bottle, you couldn't just write on it. If you had bleach in the store, it had to be in a bleach container. And then whatever that was in the plastic bottle, either it had to have the sticker. It had to have a sticker stating what it is. And then you couldn't. It wasn't like you said, well, like at home, well, there's no more of this. I'm going to rinse it out, and then I'm going to just use it to spray water, to spray the plant. No, it, you had to literally whatever was on the outside, it had to also be on the inside. And if it wasn't like that, and you wanted to put water in, you couldn't do that. And it was empty, and you didn't have any more, you couldn't keep it around. You had to throw it away like that. So the rules and laws are for a reason, and we need to follow them. And these right here are statutes. This is like something. In order for it to change, it's almost like we had to have a meeting that it changed. There were times when things would become like not necessarily obsolete. That's not the word I want to use, but we weren't going to use it anymore. Like in our store, like this is the last day that we're going to use ammonia. Had to be written no more like that. It's so specific, and there are reasons and laws and statutes and regulations and standards. And the reason you have to comply with them is that's the way to run this business was supposed to work. And is now is the same with us being licensed natural hair cares or hair care people are going to get our license. Some places we without a license, but you're like training. Remember the place from North Carolina, you have to have 300 hours from a recognized in order to qualify for the following year, or our license, I believe, is 2 years. Following 2 years and renew the license, you have to prove that you have these continued education units or continuation hours. So what this does is actually letting us know the laws and the rules. They're not trying to hide anything. They're not trying to hide anything. The reason you have laws rules, etc., is because they have been broken. And now, in order to make this thing work, you have to follow rules. And the following information is taken directly from the Oregon Revised Statutes, Chapter 690, and Oregon Administrative Rules, Chapter 817, govern all cosmetology fields of practice in Oregon. And we are basically a small percentage cosmetologists. We are now called natural hair care practitioners. That was taken out of 2013. It was allowed to be separated, uh, and the law that was written to allow us was established in 2013 at a meeting. It was a House Bill 3409 that was set. Is like, we can do this. Come on, you guys, we can do this out. We can make this work. We can make it happen. And the field of practice that this came out of, the Oregon laws and rules, and it's telling where it came out of, is barbering, aesthetic, hair design, nail technology, and hair. So now we don't have to go through, I think it's 1,600 hours, almost a year's course, or sometime more, depending if you slacked off and didn't go every day. I'm sorry. These are the ones: barbering, aesthetics, hair design, nail, and natural hair care. So you can get a to do. We're doing natural hair care, and we can get a license. And then somebody might want, I like doing natural hair, but I don't want to do it. I'm going to study to get my or some men. I have a nephew that's good, and he's a good hair barber. He's a good barber, but I haven't even told anybody that I'm going to not really that I'm going to get my natural hair care practitioner. I've that I would like to tutor it, and she said, "Well, tutor it when you get your natural." I'm like, that's how I learn. I learn by telling others what I do, and I am learning so much. As a matter of fact, I just explained what the first page said for the second. And it used to be a part of the whole cosmetology license, but then there was a bill passed, the House bill in 2013. Now, and I got to remember these two numbers: Chapter 690 and taken directly from Oregon Revised Statutes, Chapter 690, and Oregon Administrative Rules, Chapter 817, governing all cosmetology fields of Portland, Oregon. And as I'm thinking of that right there, I'm noticing that the health licensing office don't only govern like hair or cosmetology. It's any license. License to barber, license to be license, and it deals with so many different aspects of the life of the life, not just Portland. And they moved to Tantum Street in Salem, Oregon. I told y'all, once you keep going, more and more things will be um, put in place that you remember. Because I don't even remember ever reading it, and I know I did. Okay, the practitioner certificate, two, and me. Okay, or and is a written authorization allowing an individual to perform services in one or more fields of practice. And I like that because fields of practice that we can work in. We can work in uh, weaving. twisting, cornrowing, locking. That's only four. Come on, Janice. Braiding, weaving, twisting, cornrowing, locking, braiding. Extension. Ooh. Anyway, you'll get it too. So I do believe be one of your practitioner license is not included, and they'll probably have cutting. What he said, I can cut extended hair, synthetic hair as necessary as needed, but they didn't say okay. It has to be cutting because we cannot cut natural hair, and that's what natural hair practitioners cannot do unless it's in your hand and not attached to somebody's head. Because you can cut that all you want. It's like I just paid $700 for this human hair. It came all the way from Malaysia. Practitioner certificate. A practitioner, that's you and me, is good for 2 years, ineffective on the last day of the month, 2 years from the date of issuance. Oh, so if we get ours January the 28th, January the 2nd, it's the last day of the month, 2 years from the date of issuance. So one of them, and I think it's the license facility. They have a license facility is for 1 year. You have to renew it every year, and it's the day before the last day or the 364th day. You can't have it before the 364th day. And I believe that they send you a reminder. You know, your license is about to expire, and then because I think you don't have to go down to take a test. You just have to fill out the form that I was telling you that's on the site. I was like, and I think those forms are $100. I was like, and then to register your facility, something I think is $200. And but on that license, it said you have to. I mean, in order to get that, it said you have to put in your practitioner that number that they give you, your registered number. And then they say, so that would be like 25 $20 if you didn't take it because you had to take the test in order to get that number. And then you have to pay an extra $100 to get that. And then it's uh, and 200. I think the independent, it's not called independent practitioner, but when you want to be solo contractor. Woo! Ah, we did it. Woo! Mm. Oh, wait. You see that? It's right there. You can either be an employee, an independent contractor, or a freelance, a, a freelance authorization. I remember employee and freelance operator. No, freelance have a license for a freelance authorization. That's the one you have to make sure you keep in your pocket at all times. It's like, please keep this in your car. Okay. Practice. Practice. The holder of a natural hair care practitioner certificate may practice in the capacity as or an employee. I mean, as a or as an employee, a freelance contractor, independent contractor, freelance authorization. And now let's see. And that's what I was telling you. And see, independent contractor or freelance authorization, I would be considered as an independent contractor because I tutor, I believe. Let's see. A practitioner, that's you and that's me. Okay. May perform services in a licensed facility under the control and direction of a facility license holder. So you be that. If you don't want to do hair, you be the freelance, licensed facility owner, licensed facility holder. How does that say that? A practitioner uh, may perform services in a licensed facility under the control and direction of a facility license holder. So you be the facility license holder. I'm planning on being everything I possibly can. I am. I'm just going to be like, I told you, I'm already looking for my 10 people. I want a community of 10 people. One of them will be a lobster specialist. One of them will be a braiding specialist. One of them will be a stylist, a hair styling specialist, a braid stylist specialist. I mean, a braider. Uh, uh, Someone would be a expert in twist. And when I say expert, I mean don't mind doing it. They're gonna be happy. I got like 18 twists to do tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I can get done. I'm gonna see how fast I can get done. And I'm gonna teach them everything I know about twist. Okay. Uh, an independent contractor has to be registered, and the registration consists of a written authorization that allows a practitioner, that's you and me, to perform services in a licensed facility not under the control and direction of a facility license holder. In essence, what that says is if you want to be a natural hair care specialist in a barbershop, you can do that. You decide where you want to work, and you will be blessed to have a key to the shop. I remember my daughter, she used to work at the shop, and the owner was never there. And so she was the one that was to like make up the business, bring the business in, advertise. And I told her, I was like, girl, walk up and down the street, tell the people to not verbally, but go to that shop down the street. Just put this name of the shop in the atmosphere, in the environment. I remember I walked into a shop that was um it was an Asian shop that had nails, they did nail pedicures, manicures and pedicures. And I said, do black people ever come here? It's like, no, not. Well, why? What's going on? They know. And I just walked out. And then one, I went, it was right down the street in the little mall that has our like QFC, which is the quality food grocery store. And it has like a tattoo parlor there, a beauty parlor there, and there's like one lady and like two or three more chairs. And the lady didn't even look up. I was at the door. I think I knocked. I don't even think she looked up. And I was like, I don't think I want to work here either. But I'm just saying, you want to be so proficient at what you do and get yourself out there. Like, I haven't told anybody what I'm doing yet, right? So when one of the young ladies at the church found out that I had this website or had started tutoring online, she was like, "Well, where are you at? Can I get in? Can I look at it? Can I?" And I sent her a link today. I'm sending links. It's like if people come, I'll be excited. But if not, it's not my fault. They can't say I didn't know you was doing that. Okay, this is so thick. It's like I want to do something with it. I should do one lock all the way up. What do you think? Nah, because I might even take this out, take this back down. It depends on how it works when I wet it. I feel like today is Friday. See, this is how this one was. Remember? But this one, the difference is this one is um has hair all the way down to here, and just this little bit is left. Yeah, I think I should have just let that stay separate. Because look how thick it is. This one is here. And this one is too late. No, I can still take it out. Okay, an independent contractor registration is good for 1 year and becomes inactive on the last day of the month. 1 year. Oh, I did see. I did not see the last day of the month because it's saying it again. Last day of the month, 1 year from the date of issuance. The registration is transferable between work locations. I like that. So on Wednesdays you can work in North Portland. Thursdays you can work in Northeast. And I'm planning on tutoring, so I can go all over the place. And I wonder if I can tutor at school. This is locked right here. I didn't even know that. I might have to take that out. Anyway, freelance authorization is a written authorization that allows a practitioner to perform services outside of or away from a licensed facility. But you have to have the written authorization. And I'm saying that because I just asked if I can do it at a school, at a high school, something like that. Once you become a free, once you do with your national natural hair care practitioner license as a licensed natural hair care practitioner, once you found out what you want to do, then you get that extra authorization to do it. And so far, I know that I can be an independent contractor, and I want to be that. I want to be a freelance authorization. I mean, I want to have freelance authorization. And this 1 year and becomes inactive on the last day of the month, 1 year from the date of issuance. And I read this before and I didn't see that. I thought it was like if I did it January the 31st, and I keep saying January 31st because that's my birthday. If I did it January the 31st, I thought that it was you had to do like January the 30th. Or if I did it February the 1st, I would have to do it January the 31st. But it's saying the last day of the month. And I'm like, oh boy, I got more days. The Oregon laws and rules examination must be passed within 2 years before the date of the application to obtain a freelance authorization. What that means is that once you take your paperwork down or mail it in, however you want to do it, send in a copy of your license or your ID identification, both sides, and another copy. For me, it will either be a copy of either my birth certificate or my passport, picture of my passport, because it tells what day it expires. And then somewhere it said that it cannot be expired more than 5 years. So you can send a picture of it expired, but it cannot be expired for more than 5 years. Excuse me. The Oregon laws and rules must be followed because that's why they made the laws and rules. It's like I made these rules and the board came up with these regulations, and it's a state thing. It's not just a group of people decided that this is going to happen and you got to do it. This is for everybody, no matter what race you are, what creed, what language you speak, whether you're deaf or blind. You still have to follow the rules. Just like driving rules. It says that you need to be able to see a sign in order to, and then if you come in and you take the test and you find out that you can't see a certain distance because they check your eyes. So it's not like you can say, I can't see this these glasses. They're gonna say, well, before you take the test, you have to go get your eyes checked. Okay, let's check out freelance authorization again. A freelance authorization holder must provide each client with the agency's name, address, and phone number to comment on services they had received. And now that's making it sound like, oh, okay, this is really good. But this is the part that I keep telling you all, that once you know that someone has your name, your address, and your phone number, and they get the opportunity to tell on you, that means that one day somebody is going to take full advantage of the telling on you part, be it positive or negative, because it says display the practitioner certificate number. That means that your license number and my license number has to be displayed, and the freelance authorization number on all advertising. So if you're going to let someone know that, I go over to Boise, Boise Elliott Elementary School, and I'm tutoring the young people in the sixth grade or the seventh grade or whatever grade, not only how to read, but to how to start their own business. We do mock businesses, we do mock interviews, I'm teaching them how to talk to people, etc. You have to have it either the freelance authorization holder must provide the client with. So your client would be basically the principal of the school, but your client would be the principal, the owner of the establishment, that establishment, not the school board of that's not that. It says the agency's name, address, and phone number to comment on services they have received. So it's the people in the school. And what I suggested already, if you're tutoring, you're safe in every area of your license, the freelance authorization part, because all you're basically doing is, but once you start working around kids, anybody like that, you want to have a check off list for basically asking, how did I do? It could be anonymous. It could, instead you don't have to write your name to tell, but if you want to write your name, I would appreciate it. It makes me look better. Even if you're saying something negative, and you want to explain that. And the reason I'm saying it like that is because tutor CPR and first aid. I used to teach that class, and I used to get some gorgeous reviews. You can put your name if you want. I thank you in advance, because I was so active. I was like teaching them how to do the CPR dance after they came back from the second break and all that kind of stuff. And then I would literally, okay, I need come on, all right. I mean, I gave them reasons to remember what they were doing, and the reason being is because I'm a good teacher, and so and so the stuff that we learn has to be unlearned. The stuff that we learned, like when we were coming up, was like shake and pat them on the back and all that kind of stuff, and da 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 da. Da. By the time I got to teach, got to take another CPR and first aid, everything that I would learn was teaching the people was, you only got to do two breaths now, and what, and you got to use this and what, I had to unlearn that quick because I used to teach it. But the thing is, you have to remember stuff like this. You have to remember who you are, why you do certain things, why you don't do. Because one day somebody is going to either praise you or try to down thumb you. And because you already know that, because Miss Janice is telling you that this is even when I read the Bible, it says, I'm telling you this so that you won't be offended. meaning you're going to get offended. So you need to know this because people are going to tell on you. So you make them tell on you. You have that check off list. Did I go over everything? Do you have any questions? I'm staying a half hour after class just so that you can ask questions. And who does that? It's like, it's 3:30. It's time to go. No, so you want to be the best. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You want to be the best. You want to pre-plan the negative. You don't want the negative, but you want to pre-plan it in a positive way. You want to pre-plan your teaching in a positive way. You want to pre-plan your care for the client in a positive way with a list of checkoffs. How did I do on your hair with what I did to your hair, even if it's just that one question. After before you leave this facility, this licensed facility, you have to give me a review. They're like, yes. And then after the review, everybody gets a free whatever. But I mean, spice it up. Spice it up. Spice it up. I was going to say spruce, but spice came up. Anyway, y'all know y'all been listening to me for a while now. Okay, I'm noticing that I keep leaning forward and the top of my head keeps disappearing. Okay, freelance authorization. Okay, now listen to this. You ready? A freelance authorization holder must provide each client with the agency's name, address, and phone number to comment on services they have received and display. Now that's if you're going to be a freelance authorization, because I know I am. I'm going to be a freelance authorization holder. Display the practitioner certificate number and freelance authorization number on all advertising. So, as I'm teaching, I'm going to be, you have to have this. Notice it says mzjanis.com. That's what I'm going to name my company. Do everything. And usually when page and on it, when they go to your web page, they see what you have to offer. They're gonna be like, "What? She even tutors reading, writing, and math." I am mzjanis.com. Well, she has Lobster's Embassy where you can train how to be a natural hair care practitioner. So she has a little school too. What doesn't she do? What she teaches? What she tutored? What I mean that when they see my card and my face or my pose from my Lobster's Embassy natural hair care practitioners tutoring. I always look this way though, but it shows that I'm looking this way. Anyway, whatever. The facility, an establishment operated on a regular or irregular basis. So look, you don't have to work all the time if you don't want. It's like my sister told me about this barber that has a shop, and all they open up their shop for is to make a certain amount of money so that they can like go and go to or close the shop. And after they make a certain amount of money, they literally close the shop. So if you want to get in, 12 o'clock. You know the shop is open at 12 o'clock, and then maybe you had 10 customers that day. I wonder did they close the shop early on that day? But anyway, 10 customers, and then after they make a certain amount of money, they close the shop. Now that to me sounds like irregular or irregular basis for the purpose of providing services in one or more fields of practice. And I always wanted a school too. Facility license. A facility license is a written authorization issued to a natural person to operate a facility for providing services in one or more fields of practice. So hold on just a second. Oh, that's the facility. Facility is an established operator on the okay. Because in order to have the license, you have to have the facility for the establishment. And then you have to have a written authorization issued to a natural person to operate a facility for providing services in one or more fields of practice. And I like that because when I was looking at the application, you had to have a I'll tell you what's called. Oh, you had to have your name of the on that application, the name of the establishment that you wanted, and something else. Of course, you had to have your license number like that. So it makes sure that you're a person because in order to get your license, you have to take a written test, and you can't be a machine to do that. So I was like, oh, okay. Okay, the facility license is a written authorization issue to a natural person to operate a facility for providing services in one or more field of practice. A facility license is good for 1 year and becomes inactive on the last day of the month. I do not know why I didn't get that. For you guys and for the having to take the test because we keep going over and over. And trust me, after I take the test, we're still going to go over for the next group of people who are going to take the test. And hopefully soon, one day, I will meet somebody and I'll be like, okay, do something that I did on the test. Just do a little video of something that I did to make you remember something. And there's gonna be people that are, oh, one of the things I remember is practitioner. That's you, that's me. And I'm gonna go, yeah, I remember doing that. Or before you get here, with your gloves on, facility license. Because there's gonna come a time when I'm gonna be holding up my license. Or another thing that I started doing is okay, close your eyes so I can wipe off the camera. And come on, don't you like the new camera? I turned lights on and look how bright it is in here. And earlier today, I did not have any lights on. Oh, I'll write something that says right. Uh-oh. Okay. That's supposed to be an exclamation point. I don't even know why I have my glasses on. I think it's because I kept them on. Okay, I need to make sure that my hair is done. And look at how it's coming out now. It's making me wish I hadn't have done that. Oh well, you gotta regret something. But look at how the top is going like this. I love lock. I love lock. I am a lock lover. Okay, and I told you how long a facility license is for. As you can see, I really like tutoring, and I'm doing my best to get better at it. And now that I'm sitting back, it seems like it's too much. But at least you can see my board, and at least I can see my hair. Like I get to look in the mirror before I come on. I can do that anyway with the camera, but I wanted locks. I mean, I wanted my locks to show. But aren't you thankful for having your own personal natural hair care tutor? And I would really like to know how do you all feel about uh, the class free until you want to either meet me or pay me. But I am telling you, when I get my when I get my license, I'm going to get more in depth. I'm going to do practicals because I know they're coming. I'm telling you, they're coming. They are because this is really too good to be true. You don't but read and take a test. That's like taking a food handler's card. Now you can get your food handler's card online. Before you had to actually go to a job and have to have it. Anyway, posting requirements. A practitioner certificate. A practitioner is you and me facility license. Oh no, all practitioner certificates, facility licenses, and independent contractor registrations must be posted in public view. Hey, you know I'm going to own my own facility. I mean, I'm going to have my own facility. I get to post my license. I want to. Do you have to post the original, or can it be a copy? Let's look and see. Facility license, independent contractor register must be posted in public view. So you might want to post it in the back of the shop, maybe. No, it's not. Freelance authorization holders must show their authorization upon request. That right there, you know what that says, right? That someone has told on the facility, and now the people who wrote the laws, or from the HLO, the Health Licensing Office, is coming to check you out. And if no one even told on you, they can come at any time that they want, as long as the facility is open, because the hours should be posted. I don't know if it said that the hours need to be posted. Hold on. Hold on. Nope. It doesn't say. It just says irregular or regular hours. So there has to be some kind of letter that's going to be sent saying that, we're going to come by. Heads up. No. Okay, posting requirements. Facility license and independent contractor registration holders must post the most recent inspection certificate. And I just said that because we get inspected in public view on the facility premises and allow access to the inspection certificate upon request by the agency's inspector or representative. Okay, we don't have that much longer to go. We're on page 105 and we have four more pages. Okay, definition agency. Now, when it said agency here, now it's telling you who the agency is. The agency is the Oregon Health Licensing Agency. And what they call it is OH, no, not gonna say O, they say HLO. And because when I called today and I said the word agency, the lady correct. No, I didn't call today. When I called, I said the word agency, and the lady corrected me. She said it's the Oregon. No, she said it's the Health Licensing Office. And then it says board. The Board of Cosmetology, which determines practice standards. That's what we're doing. We're doing the standards, education, training, provides consultation to the agency on all disciplinary actions. And that right there, see, nobody even got disciplined yet, right? Right? That right there says that they made up rules so that when there is a disciplinary action, we already know in advance, like an inspection. There's going to be, check of your credentials. The- and it does, and it does not depend on the person who's getting or who's getting the complaint only. By being an independent contractor, you know the laws regarding independent contracting. You have to have your license cleared. That's why I was telling you, if you find out or you know that you are not a clean person and you want to be work in a licensed facility, and you know in advance because Miss Janice has been telling you that you have to be the cleaner up of the place. And if you notice that everybody's not doing their part, you should also know that you should find another place to work if you're not going to be the one that helps clean up. Because it says everyone is responsible. Everyone is responsible that works in the facility. Now let's do that one again. Board. The Board of Cosmetology, which determines practice standards, education, and training, and provides consultation to the agency on all disciplinary. So if we're supposed to be disciplined, then that's who does it. And they tell you what to do before the disciplinary action comes. So that means check yourself, be professional in everything that you do, keep up the facility. The fish is over there doing something, making a ticking, tapping. Okay, it swam down. Did you hear the tapping noise? The fish was making. Definitions: Environmental Protection Agency. That's the EPA. It's a branch of the federal government which approves and registers chemical compounds and agents. And that's what I was telling you regarding the chemicals and stuff that you use on hair. And I can't think of some more words, but when I was a safety representative, we had to actually know stuff regarding chemicals and disinfecting. To disinfect is a process used to destroy harmful organisms, including bacteria, viruses, germs, and fungi. And your module tells you of the different types of fungi and bacteria. It explains some of the different types. It doesn't go into detail. Remember I told you this is, or this will be considered anatomy and physiology 0.01. It's the lowest level, but it is anatomy and physiology regarding this part of the body. Definitions: low level disinfectant, a chemical agent which has demonstrated bactericidal, germicidal, fungicidal, and limited virucidal activity and is registered with the EPA. What does EPA stand for? Environmental Protection Agency. Let's make sure. Very good. Environmental Protection Agency. High level disinfectant. A chemical, so both of them are chemical agents, which has demonstrated tuberculocidal activity and is registered with the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. And it should be kind of good that we have an environmental protection agency. I hope this. Okay. And then the definition: sanitizing container, a receptacle holding a disinfectant agent which is large and deep enough to submerge the tools or implements or portions of therefore, which are to be disinfected. It's sort of like once you take this one particular type of test, once you take it, and knowing that the health, you hear that tapping? I'm serious. The fish is actually coming. Okay, so even for me, as I'm reading this, it makes me want to get my nursing license because as a licensed practical nurse, you have to know this right here, what we're doing. You have to know about the licensing agency. You have to know the time that this became a law. You have to know like how you can become a, instead of taking all the hours of courses to be a natural a licensed practical to be a licensed nurse, you cut down the hours and become a licensed practical nurse. I wonder what it's doing. I keep hearing the noise and it keeps being in the same spot. Okay, a sanitizing container, a receptacle holding a disinfectant agent. And what the reason I said that is because when I was going to school to be a surgical nurse, we had to learn at least about the sanitizing container because we had to sterilize the tools surgeons to use. And it says a receptacle holding a disinfectant agent, which is large and deep enough to submerge the tool or tools or implements or portions thereof, which are to be disinfected. So the scalpel, I didn't go through it because at the time I was scared of taking tests, tutoring and teaching youth and myself and others how to take tests and not to be afraid. And you can take the test again and you don't have to be afraid and you can take it again. My mother said one time she was teaching, she said, what's the difference between a lawyer, a person that went to school for years to become a lawyer and becomes a lawyer and a person who went to school for years and did not become a lawyer? Is that they followed through and took the test. That's the only difference. Like, even though this person right here took the state board to become a lawyer 10 times, yeah, even in our book, it says, not in our book, but on the paper that I was reading, or what I was reading. Because remember, I'm Miss Janice, the word readers, and I love to read, to learn. And so it said, if you fail the test the first day, you can come back and take it again, like that day. But if you, or the next day, wait a minute, hold up. I don't remember the exact wording, but I do know it said after the seventh time, you have to wait 30 days or you have to wait longer. You can't just keep. At first, it said after the third time, you have to wait a week or 2 weeks, like that. So it gave you a time span in between if you kept failing the test. But then it said after the seventh time, you have to wait this amount of time, like 1 month. And then after the eighth time to the ninth, you have to wait like that. Or you just have to go back and continually read the module. So it's almost like you had to fill out another application like that. Oh, let me make sure I read everything. No, the sanitizing containers we read because it said thereof, or not say it says, wait, hold on. It says submerge the tools or implements or portion or portions thereof which are to be disinfected. So you need the water or the disinfectant needs to be, the container, excuse me, needs to be deep enough for the disinfectant to get in to cover the tools, implement, or portions thereof. Okay, hold on. It says the article. Now, items which complement services include, but not limited to, neck straps, towels, and or linens, and clothes or plastic caps. And then that's where the dollar store comes in. But the neck strap, because you see how it would complement. It's like, man, they don't even want my collar to get wet. And they protecting my clothes, and they doing this. But also, it says a little bit later that you cannot use the same thing without it being washed on the next person, the next client. So we got more rules, regulations, laws, standards, rules, regulations, laws, standard is another I. Okay, I'm gonna get it this time. Okay, I'm not gonna go until I get it. Rules. Okay, I'm gonna have to talk some more until I get it. But when I get out, like, then I say, oh, I gotta be professional. Okay, so, oh no, I saw it. I looked down and saw requirement. Okay, so I have to do better tomorrow. Laws, Oh, I wrote another one, statutes, and that's from the page that I learned where it has some new numbers I gotta remember. Also, we'll probably be done tomorrow, and we'll probably start over. Barbering, aesthetics, hair design, nail technology, and natural hair. Okay, our last pages. I think this is more than 21. So we should be on 131. But because 131 is, I don't know how I got that separated. There's something wrong. But that's where we are tomorrow. We're starting on page 110 to 147, I think, because we still have Saturday. No, we don't. We started on Monday. Thank you so much. This is Ms. Janice, your natural hair care practitioner, and I will see you next time. Don't be late. We're going to have fun.